If you're in the market for a new lens for your Sony A7 III and you're interested in doing some cinematic videos, portrait or street photography, then don't sleep on this 35mm f1.8 from Sony. And I'm gonna tell you why you should consider this as your first lens and why you should have this with your collection. And we're gonna start right after this intro. What's going on, creators? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for hanging out with me on another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Mark and I'm here to share what I learned in taking photos and creating videos. So whether you're just getting started or you want to just improve on your craft, consider subscribing. Now, before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that this is not a sponsored video and I didn't get this lens for free. I used my own money to get this lens. With that being said, this ain't one of those budget lenses. I think the price did go down a little bit from the time I got this, but expect to spend a lot of $100s for this. But the thing is, if you're really planning on improving the quality of your work, it's good to invest on something that you're gonna be using for a long time. Now, there are a lot of factors and questions you need to know and answered before you buy a lens. Because like I said in my previous videos, this is an expensive hobby to get into. So you want to buy a lens that you can use for different types of work. And if you want to know more about buying a lens, check out the playlist right here and I'll also link it down in the description box. All right, let's start with the disadvantages of this lens first. This lens is a prime lens. That means that this has a fixed focal range. There's no versatility compared to a zoom lens. If you started off with your kit lens, which are typically zoom lenses, you might have a hard time adjusting to a prime. To get closer or farther from your subject, then you have to literally walk closer or away from them. And this lens doesn't have any stabilization. So if you're planning to shoot video handheld, you might have a little problem. You gotta start practicing that smooth swaying motion. It's all in the head. So let's talk about the advantages and why you should consider getting this as your first lens. If you're planning to do some portrait photography, then this is a good lens for it. It's a prime lens, so the quality is much sharper than a zoom lens. The aperture can go as wide as f1.8, which gives you that buttery, smooth, blurry background. It helps isolate your subject, separating them from the background, especially when you're doing portraits. Wide aperture also means that I can let more light in, which is great if you're planning to do some indoor photo shoot or if you're planning to do some night photography. Now, this is also a great lens to use if you're planning to do some street photography. It's compact and lightweight, so you can do some ninja stuff with this lens. You can be discreet when taking pictures and people don't get all. Speaking of compact and lightweight, this lens weighs about 281 grams, so you can just put it on your camera bag, mount it on the gimbal, and you're ready to go. Now, if you're planning on doing some travel videos, this lens is perfect to bring with you. If you're planning on vlogging with this lens, just be mindful that you might be a little closer to the screen as some people might like. It's not bad, it really depends on how you like your videos to look. Speaking of vlogging, this lens has autofocus feature, which is great for both photo and video. The autofocus picks up pretty good and I haven't really had any problem picking up the subject. And if you really want to go full on manual, you can with this switch on the side of the lens. If you don't want to keep switching back and forth from auto to manual, because sometimes I do that, then I forget to put it back on, then there's a focus button here that you can use. So if you're planning on doing some of the things that I mentioned, then consider getting this 35mm f1.8 from Sony. Yeah, this lens is not cheap, but I think it'll be a good investment because you can do a lot with this lens. Well, I do anyways, but if I can do it, you can do it too. You can do it! I'll leave a link down in the description box so you can check it out. If you're still not satisfied and want to know what lenses are available to you, or if you want to know what other lenses you should have in your camera bag, let me know in the comment section below and I'll make a video about the lenses you should consider getting for your Sony A7 III. Thanks for hanging out with me again on another video. If this video helped you in any type of way, give it a thumbs up, hit that like and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell to know when I'm back online so we can hang out again. Till then, keep creating, keep being inspired, and I'll see you on to the next one. Peace.